You know Hitler. You know World War II. You know the Holocaust. But what most people never fully understand is this. Hitler did not take power in one dramatic moment. Germany handed it to him step by step, and once people realized what was happening, it was already too late. How does a failed artist with no military rank, no royal blood, and no elected majority become the most powerful man in Europe? How does a democracy vote away its own freedom? And how did millions of ordinary people become part of one of the darkest chapters in human history? This happened in less than 15 years. And once you understand how, you start seeing how fragile any society can really be. Germany in 1918 was broken. It had just lost World War I. Millions were dead. The economy was collapsing. And the Treaty of Versailles humiliated the country. Germany was forced to accept blame for the war, give up land, shrink its military, and pay massive reparations. For millions of Germans, it felt like national humiliation. People were angry, bitter, looking for someone to blame. That is exactly the kind of chaos extremists wait for. Adolf Hitler was not born powerful. He was a failed artist from Austria who moved to Germany and served in World War I. The war gave him purpose. Germany's defeat gave him rage. He became obsessed with the idea that Germany had been betrayed from within. After the war, Hitler joined a small fringe political group, the Nazi Party. At first, they were irrelevant, but Hitler had something most politicians did not. He knew how to make angry people feel seen. He was an extraordinary speaker, not because he was calm or smart, but because he understood resentment. He gave people simple enemies for complicated problems: Jews, communists, immigrants, politicians, foreign powers. He offered what scared people always want most: certainty. In 1923, Hitler tried to seize power by force in Munich. It failed. He was arrested. That should have ended him. Instead, prison made him more dangerous. While in prison, he wrote Mein Kampf. In it, he laid out almost everything he planned to do: German expansion, racial purity, dictatorship, destroying Jews and political enemies. People think Hitler hid who he was. He didn't. He told people. Many just did not think he could actually do it. When Hitler got out, he changed tactics. No more failed coups. This time, he would use democracy to kill democracy. Then came the Great Depression. In 1929, the global economy collapsed. Germany was hit especially hard. Banks failed, businesses shut down, millions lost jobs. Desperation exploded. This was Hitler's real opening. He promised jobs, national pride, strength, order, a return to greatness. He told struggling Germans, "Your suffering is not your fault. Someone did this to you, and I can fix it." That message was powerful, because fear makes people willing to trade freedom for stability. By 1932, the Nazis had become the largest party in Germany. But Hitler still did not have total power. He needed the final door to open. In 1933, conservative elites made the decision that changed history. They believed they could control Hitler. They thought they could use his popularity while keeping real power for themselves, so they made him chancellor. They were catastrophically wrong. Weeks later, the Reichstag building burned. Hitler used the fire as an emergency. He blamed communists. Whether or not the Nazis caused it, Hitler used the moment perfectly. He suspended civil liberties, allowed mass arrests, silenced opposition, expanded police powers. Then came the Enabling Act. This was the real death of German democracy. It gave Hitler the power to make laws without parliament, legally. That was the key. Hitler did not begin as a dictator. He became one because the system let him. Once in power, he moved fast. Opposition parties were banned. Trade unions were destroyed. The press was controlled. Courts were weakened. Schools were indoctrinated. Fear became normal. And many Germans accepted it. Not because everyone was evil, but because authoritarianism often arrives disguised as order, as recovery, as national pride, as safety. By the time people understood the full cost, it was too late. The institutions were hollow. The resistance was crushed. The state belonged to Hitler. That is how Hitler gained so much power, not through magic, not through overwhelming support, but through crisis, propaganda, fear, scapegoating, and a system that underestimated him until it was too late. History is not dangerous because it repeats exactly. It is dangerous because people always assume it cannot happen here. That is the real lesson. Democracy does not usually die in one day. It dies one excuse at a time. If this changed how you understand power, history, or how fragile freedom really is, subscribe. Because the most dangerous parts of history are usually the parts people never fully explain.